Hey guys, it's Donna Rudowitz. What day is today? Today's Thursday, and I missed you this morning for coffee chat. And we're here tonight. Instead of doing coffee chat, we should be doing evening cocktail chat. How fun would that be? But I'm wanted to pop in and talk to you about the odds. So, hi guys. I'm using for the first time ever, I'm using a new Facebook Live software that comes with Facebook, and it's called Live Producer. But the problem is, I don't see the comments and moderation. So, let me see. I think I have it going, so I think everyone's able to chat. But I apologize if I can't see your name. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna Rudowitz, and I am a licensed clinical social worker as well as a rapid transformational coach. And what that means to you is I help you heal your soul fracture post divorce. I help you fall in love with yourself again and attract true love when ready. Hi, Sonia. Oh, good. Thank you for posting. I could see it. Yay. I hope you're coming to tonight's group Q&A. I'm popping in here now in the public group before I have my Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond Rapid Transformational Coaching program called tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, but let's get to it. All right. So today's content for our coffee chat or evening cocktail chat tonight or wine chat is we're talking about the odds are for you. So we've been conditioned in this society and for many years, and especially with divorce, because it's not necessarily an easy thing to go through, to have this feeling that the odds are against us, right? So even though in our brain, 5% of our brain is saying we're ready to move forward, we want to bring in perhaps another person in our life, and our brain is saying go, go, go. But what's happening is underneath, the subconscious thoughts, patterns, and behaviors are really keeping us stuck, because just as your brain is saying, let's move forward, I'm ready to go, I want to bring in new people, places, and things, right behind it, if you, let's say you've been betrayed by someone, that subconscious thought is going to come up and say, can I really trust people? Is it possible for me to bring in good people? And what ends up happening then is that's what our environment brings to us. It doesn't bring to us what our conscious thought is, it brings to us what our subconscious thought is. Because like attracts like on a vibrational level of frequency. So what ends up happening is you end up bringing in people who simply cannot be loyal to you. So that's why it's so important to do the work on yourself first and to eradicate those subconscious belief patterns and behaviors. So this way, when you're out there and you're ready to meet people, and this is not even in just an intimate relationship, it's just in the best relationship that you have with yourself, that you're going to be bringing in the right people and the right circumstances. And so this goes about the odds are for us, because this is the global belief system we have here at DG, is the universal law that the universe is always conspiring for us, never against us. And so even though the world may be telling you the odds are against you, I'm here to tell you the odds are for you. And you have the power to shift that trajectory. You could choose to go by the world's view, and what I call that it's under law, right? That I say I'm under grace, I'm not under law. The world's view is going to tell you how difficult it is to rebound after divorce. The world's view is going to tell you it's going to have to take you years and years and years in therapy in order to get the healing that you really need for your heart. And that's not the truth. That's just, I don't know if you want to call it a story or you want to call it a conditioned thought, belief, but there's no truth to it. So let me tell you a little story, and you may have heard me share this. There's a young girl, and she's in the kitchen, and she's cooking a pot roast with her mom. And her mom takes the pot roast, and her mom cuts a piece of the pot roast off and puts the pot roast in the pan and puts it in the oven. And so the young girl says, Mom, why did you cut off a perfectly good piece of pot roast? I'm not sure why you did that. And Mom says, you know what? I don't know why I did that. Let's call Nana, because Nana was alive. So they call Nana, and Nana says, you know what? I have no idea why we do that. Let's call Grandma. And Grandma says, of course I cut the piece off because I didn't have a pot big enough. So generation after generation, year after year, there's been patterns and behaviors that are being replicated that no longer apply, right? That the person, the little girl and her mom in the kitchen have a big enough pot, but they never questioned why they cut off the piece of the pot roast. And sometimes that happens with us. We just follow suit to where the world leads us, or we follow suit to what the world tells us, and we follow suit. And especially because our heart is broken, it's easy to be attracted to other broken people, and then we commiserate in the misery versus what we know to really help. And here at DG, this is what we do. We don't commiserate in the misery, we commiserate in our abundance. So maybe it's time for you to kind of think about, wait a minute, am I putting a pot roast in my pan that I'm cutting a piece off of without even thinking about it? So when you think about, how is your mindset? Are you focused in the odds are against me or the odds are for me? Because that's going to be a very important piece of your puzzle in healing your heart and moving forward, is setting up your own path. And this is another really important piece, is that if we look at the world and we look at family, we look at friends, they're wonderful and they mean the best. I think their intention is lovely because they don't want to see you hurt. But if you ask 5 people what you should do to move forward, I pretty much will guarantee you'll get 5 different answers, because everybody's going to give the answer based upon their history, based upon what they think. And most of us didn't come from really wonderful households. So if you think about it, we're getting data from what's good for that person, not necessarily what's good for us. This is why we need to sort of shut out the outside data and focus on the inside data. And that's what we do here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, is we draw a line in the sand and we say that we are going to do the work on ourselves, that we're going to learn how to love ourselves, because that's where everything starts. That's where the odds are for us. That's where we get to turn that trajectory from the odds were against us to the odds are for us, because we've made a decision and we've made a commitment. And when you make a decision and you make a commitment to do the work on yourself and move forward and to once and for all really step into that work, this is where providence moves. This is where all of a sudden the healing and the pain that you've been struggling with for many, many years all seems to dissipate and melt away. Because when you step in love, and that is your primary emotion, when you're loving yourself and you're at that higher level vibrational frequency, and that's your static point, right? That's your physiological being, and that's where you're staying. All the lower level emotions have to melt away. They cannot stay in and against love. Love is going to be the stronger force. So right now, what may be the stronger force is misery or pain or frustration, right? Because so many women even will come to me and say, Donna, it's not like I have a terrible life. I have wonderful family. I have wonderful friends. Does it mean that I don't need to work on any of those areas? No, but for the most part, I have good family and friends, but it's this relationship part with myself I just can't seem to get straight. And I want you to know you're not alone. And it's not because you can't have it, and it's not because you don't have the ability to have it. You've just been using the wrong tools. When you have the right tools, the right community, the right support system, and we've turned the coin around to the belief and the conviction that the odds are for us, and we're no longer looking at what could go wrong, we're more or less looking at what could go right, this is where the trajectory changes. So if you're in a space where you've been struggling, and this has been years for you, where you've gone through the courses, you've read the books, and you're still at this point where it's very difficult for you to move forward, just know that you're normal. Congratulations, you're human. You're not supposed to know how to move these things. That's why I went to school for, I don't know, feels like a bazillion years, right? This is why I've been doing this work for 20 years, is because that's my job. My job is to do the learning and to understand human psychology and to understand spirituality and quantum physics and epigenetics and all of the pieces of the puzzle that come into play. And women here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, we're getting movement and transformation in just about 3 months. Some women a little more, some women a little less. And so you don't have to be stuck any longer. And so if in your brain and in your heart you're really feeling like there's something better for me and I'm sick and tired of being stuck, then book a Breakthrough to Life and Love call with me. Let's chat. But in the meantime, think about where you're anchored to. Are you anchored to the feeling of the odds are against me? Or are you anchored to the feeling the odds are for me? Because right now, today, in this conversation that we're having, you could choose to say, you know what, I am no longer going to be in the victim mentality or the victim mindset, that I am standing up to my rightful place. And as of today, the odds are for me. Everything works out for me. The universe is always conspiring for me. Does it mean you don't have challenges? Does it mean everything's unicorns and butterflies? No. But at the end of the day, you know everything is conspiring for you because you've spent so many years with everything conspiring against you. It's easy to take that on as an identity, and it's easy to take that on as a belief system. But that's just a feeling. It's not a fact. It's not true. You are a divine child. You have a reason. You have a purpose. You have a mission. There's a reason why you are here. And if you missed my conversation with Laura Terry yesterday, look in the feed in this group, Donna Rudowitz, LCSW, and relationship coach, and watch the interview that I did with Laura because it was fascinating. There was so many good details there for you, so many good tidbits and nuggets of gold. So go ahead and take a look at that. But I've got to go, guys. I got to get on my 7 p.m. call with my peeps at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond. And Sonia, I will see you there on the other side in just about 5 minutes. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great rest of the day. Or I should say evening. Bye.